Well, fellow chicken chasers, looks like some Fable 4 concept art has leaked onto the World Wide Web. Although the game doesn't have a release date, and hasn't even been officially announced yet, we do know that Fable 4 is being worked on by Playground Games, the makers of the Forza Horizon series. And, wouldn't you know it, a concept art test that looks uncannily like it's for a character from Fable 4 appeared briefly on an artist's ArtStation page only recently. The account in question belongs to freelance artist Rodrigo Idolino, who mentioned these bits of art being for Playground Games in their original description. The page has since been deleted from their ArtStation, which was perhaps requested by Playground Games, but you can still see the text in search results. After the art was leaked on Twitter, Idolino contacted Twitter user Clobrill, who first noticed the artwork, to request that their tweet be deleted, saying that it was not related to any official project. Generation Xbox, via Windows Central, reported that the artwork was apparently created from a brief sent by Playground Games to ensure that the artists it recruits have a creative direction that matches this unannounced project. Yup, I know I'm throwing the word unannounced around, but to me, it sounds like the unofficial project could be the unannounced Fable 4. So, the original artist might have decided to put the art online because the character was just a test for Fable 4, but all that is just speculation. Still, let's take a closer look at the images, shall we? These bits of art were originally listed as Playground Games character art test. In the URLs for the original artwork, which you can find on the websites that ran the leak story, it looks like her name is Lashana, as it's repeatedly listed after the name of the artist. First off, I don't see any Heroes Guild symbols on Lashana's clothing or accessories, so either she comes from a hero bloodline but hasn't discovered her lineage yet, or, and this is more likely, she's concept art for a potential NPC. By the looks of it, Lashana is also a seafarer, or, at least, someone who travels by boat regularly, as this section of the mood board, titled Background, hints that she grew up by a harbour or with some knowledge of sailing, which is mirrored by the sailor's knots over her clothes taught to her by her father. Aww. She also carries around a medicine bag filled with seasickness remedies. If you ask me, the idea of a sailor having seasickness is just the kind of ironic twist you'd expect from a Fable game. Or, Lashana could just be especially considerate, and keep it close by for her fellow travellers, some of which might not be used to the rocking of a ship at sea. The initials H and J embossed on her sword in this picture could hint that it's a weapon she inherited, as there's no L on there for Lashana, and she's certainly able to use it. In the mood board, it's written underneath this section that she's got almost an assassin vibe, but not in disguise. i.e., Lashana likes to look intentionally deadly, with plenty of loose clothing to conceal weapons by the looks of other costume designs. Even if Lashana isn't included in Fable 4, the mood board does support earlier rumours about Playground Games' RPG. First off, there's this 16th century European art being used as an inspiration for Lashana's broad look. Rumours about Fable 4 said that the game was going back to medieval times, instead of continuing the Industrial Revolution vibe of Fable 3, or including guns, like in Fable 2. The fairy tale folklore influence ties in with Fable's fantasy vibe too, plus the exaggerated costume design in Lashana's costumes matches up with Fable's costume design from previous games, where you got nobles wearing huge wigs, or ordinary townsfolk wearing skirts big enough to hide a small child underneath. That's about all I could gather from the artwork, but onto Fable 4. In case you've been living under a rock, just gonna clarify here that Fable 4 hasn't been announced yet, but an official confirmation might not be that far away. Considering next-gen consoles like Xbox Scarlet are likely to be announced and released in 2020, I'd put my money on Fable 4 being a launch title for the latest Xbox. Sources say that allegedly 200 people from Playground Games are working on Fable 4 in the Leamington Spa office in Warwickshire, with it being an open-world, character-focused RPG. A Reddit post by user Lagswag1 is apparently full of information about the unannounced Fable 4. Take all of this with a pinch of salt though. By the sounds of it, you can play Fable 4 in first or third person. Albion and Aurora are completely destroyed, with the entire planet having been obliterated by an asteroid. According to the leaks, a king rebuilt the spire. That's the tower which channels all the will energy in the world to grant one person one wish. The king wished for an asteroid to hit the planet and to do so again in the future. I have absolutely no idea why. Maybe something happened to him to convince him that humans are inherently bad? I don't know. If the leaks are true, it's going to be up to you to try and stop that second asteroid from hitting the planet, getting help from the Heroes Guild and Teresa. Yup, she's come back to life, somehow. You'll find them hiding behind a demon door which takes you to another planet. Yup, another planet. This next bit lines up with the 16th century European art from Lashana's mood board, because apparently Fable 4's setting is going back to being medieval, like the first Fable, with new continents for you to explore. Leaks also say that time travel is going to be a big part of the game. I'd assume that time travel would be involved perhaps so you can travel back in time to stop the asteroid from hitting Albion in the first place. Or maybe stopping the king from making the wish at all. In a natural next step for the house buying and renting process from Fables 1 to 3, in Fable 4 players can also apparently build and run towns, which is, apparently, a part of the main quest and can have big consequences if you fuck up. Considering in previous Fable games the economy of each town would change depending on the goods you bought and sold, managing your own town would probably include keeping a close eye on supply and demand to put your merchants in the best possible position. And if none of that sounds like your cup of tea, or your crunchy chick, I have some good news. You don't have to do the main quest or become a hero if you don't want to, or so the Reddit leaks say. The world is completely open, built using the Unreal Engine with an in-depth character creator to help you create the hero, or apathetic evil guy, of your dreams. One of the most important leaks about Fable 4 is that the tagline is, quote, "lands reduced to fables," unquote. That makes it sound like Fable 4 is restarting the world of Fable from scratch. Considering that an asteroid hit the planet, it would make sense that the stuff that you did in previous Fable games might be completely forgotten by everyone, apart from Teresa. That means no memory of the hero of Oakvale, the hero of Bower Lake, or the hero of Brightwall. And no Reaver, goddammit. Jack of Blades, the big bad from the first Fable, is rumoured to be back too, as he lives on in his mask. He can possess anyone who wears it. In Fable 4, we might meet a different incarnation of Jack of Blades. I made another video about these Fable leaks, which has way more detail about the role Jack of Blades could play, as well as a deep dive into the alleged video that shows Fable 4 in action, so check it out if you want to know more about Fable 4. Take all of it with a pinch of salt though, okay? So, that's an analysis of the Fable 4 art leaks, as well as what the other alleged leaks whisper about Fable 4 itself. Please let it be announced soon. If you enjoyed the video, then let us know by hitting the like button. I'll be doing a ton more about Fable 4 in the future, so subscribe to Eurogamer for more videos about Fable, and click the bell icon to get notified when we create another video. New ones appear on our channel every single day, so you won't be waiting long. Hopefully more Fable information will be coming our way in 2020, so see you then, hero.